Hello. Today I will be taking a look at and reviewing the Mythic Legion Sir Girard. So first we have the box here, which is I think a pretty standard Mythic Legion box. I'm pretty new to the line, and so far from the two Mythic Legions I own, this is the box style. And you could see the figure here clearly with Mythic Legions with a very cool background. On one side it just says Sir Girard and some sort of bio. And on the other side, just this. And another side, look at the figure. And on the back is showing you the entire set of figures on this wave, and another little bio, and a really cool background picture. And on the bottom, it's just some warnings. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, and the top is just clear. Just a shot of the figure. And so yeah, that is it for the figure. Let's take him out of the box now. And this is the figure out of its box and in all its glory. Now, the Mythic Legions line is a very cool line. They're very small, actually. Not really very small, like probably around Marvel Legends height. Yet, since they're so much bulkier, they kind of fit in well with NECA and McFarlane. Much bigger scales, in my opinion. And anyway, Mythic Legions do an amazing job with these. I'm just surprised they don't reissue any of them, because I was apparently told this thing does not this thing has not been reissued, and they sell out real quick, and it costed me a lot. Anyway, I really like the detail on it. It's a very cool art. It's a really cool piece. Even though their color and design is a bit simplistic, it's very clean, which is kind of the point. Not really as dirty as NECA. Not saying NECA is dirty; they're beautiful, but like, it's less of the crazy looking paint rather than it's more of a sleek looking paint, which works very well. I really like the sculpt all throughout it, even though it is mostly reuses of previous figures. I actually have a figure that I got before this that had basically had the exact same mold, even the same exact shoulder pauldrons. Only difference is the head sculpt and this piece. And yeah, I also really like the black design. I just don't. It's not really a complaint, but I kind of don't like how this is so solid blackish, kind of like the background over here. But the pants is like not pants, but like the armor is like a very dark metal-ish gray. Kind of doesn't blend the best, but still looks pretty cool. Not enough black for me, I think. Like, I think it would have been better if there was some more leather around this guy's armor rather than it just being pure gunmetal. I think that would have made it a little bit better in my opinion, but other than that, it's a very, very cool figure. One of my favorites so far in my collection. Even though similar to SH Figuarts and even NECA, even though most Mythic Legions have the exact same mold, they're still pretty cool. I like them, they're posable. Actually, never mind, they're not really posable, but I like them, they look cool, they fit in scale with a bunch of different lines, ranging from NECA to Marvel Legends, which is... wow. Yes, and the back is just a bit plain, but that's alright. Everything throughout the armor, especially the armor bits, and especially oh my lord. The armor bits are detailed amazingly. I really like it. It's really a very medieval armor design, like the Templar type design. I think this man is supposed to be a Templar. Has the cross and everything. I also really like the head sculpt. I think I've seen this like a couple times. Don't own any of the figures. I just seen it from other YouTube videos, but yeah, I really like the head sculpts on these. This is probably one of my favorites. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it about the figure. We'll take a look at other aspects now. Let's first take a look at the accessories. And here are all of his accessories. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, these are actually accessories. The shoulder pauldrons, I think it's what they're called, I'm not sure. They are actually a separate piece, and they don't come on the figure, but I just really like them. I forgot they were part of the accessories. If they weren't, if I remember that they were, I would have probably taken them off. But anyway, let's start off with a shield. This shield, so far, pretty basic mold, I think. I also have the other figure I bought, which is a Dark Templar. Also has the exact same shield, only difference is this is a very dark-ish gray, and this is a red cross. Yeah, and the handle over here, pretty small handle. And to build this, you just need to simply put it like this. There, it's just as simple as that. It's just pop. But I would be careful if I were you, and I would not store it as a piece. I'd rather take them out like this. Like, just keep them as two separate pieces if you're not using the shield. And he has these two twin swords, which are really cool in my opinion. I'm not sure what they're called. I only recognize them as pirate type swords. Don't really know what those are called. But they're really cool. They're very simple, very sleek. Look like real blades. Well, not really, obviously. But they look really cool. Pretty sharp. They're not actually that sharp, but one of them has already kind of lost the tip. But yeah, they're pretty cool. These are the primary weapons of the figure. I don't really know any other weapon I'd pose them with. Huh. Pretty cool, the Piratess swords. And then he has two alternate heads, and he has this head, which is a very mummified skeleton, warrior-esque head. Not sure what kind of helmet this is, or what kind of headgear, but all I know, it looks really cool. Yeah, one of my... really cool, but unfortunately, doesn't really provide much movement. I'll show you guys about that later. And lastly, this piece. Not really lastly, there's still them, but this piece, I'm not really sure what it's for. As far as I'm aware, you're supposed to, like, probably remove the midsection here. Just pop this off and, like, put it over here or something. It's, like, put it over the waist or something. I'm not sure what they're for. I don't use them. So, yeah. And finally, the shoulder pauldrons, which we already kind of took a look at. They're really cool, really medieval-ish design. And yeah, I'll show you right now how to apply all of the set features on him. Let's put those two back first. So here is the figure without any add-ons or accessories. And here is, now I'm going to show you how to put them on. First of all, the head. Very simple, you just, actually let's take these earpieces off for safety purposes. So I don't break them, not really safety, but just so, you just pop it on, like any other figure. But this figure is a bit different when you pop the head off. When you pop the head off, normally, yeah, the neck will come with it. Don't panic, you can simply just put it right back in, or if you want, just, oh my god, glue this piece directly into the neck. But I wouldn't do that if I were you. So yeah, in order to swap heads, just pop that off, and I would recommend just putting this on first. Just put that right on there, and pop this head on. There, that's how you swap his heads. And like I said, this one doesn't really provide much motion. No side to side, and just simply turning and looking up and looking down. That's it. So yeah, let me just take that off, and there we go, pop. That back on. And how you apply the pauldrons are very simple as well. You just see those two holes, yeah, just like that. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be like this. I don't think so though. They're supposed to be like this. You just simply take that there and just sort of pop. You won't really hear anything. They just kind of go like there, and they actually slide up and down. I might as well just pop the head back on now. And yeah, there you go. That's how you apply the accessories to them. At least the ones that you could take on and off. Now let's move on to height comparisons. Alright, now for height comparisons. I unfortunately do not have a ruler. So yeah. So first of all, we'll compare him to a fellow Mythic Legion, the one I was referring to almost the entire video. Not really the entire video, but most of its bits, which is this guy. The Dark Templar. He's a bit taller than Sir Girard here. But yeah, that's perfectly fine. They do have the exact same body, but this one looks to be much longer, or maybe it's just he's standing more straight up. I'm not sure, but he seems to have a much bigger or much taller body compared to him. But yeah, that is the Dark Templar. Same exact mold if you take a look at it. Even the pauldrons, these two could literally be swapped. Nobody will notice. I literally just turn them around. Even same exact back. This is just much more detailed. But I still, if you ask me who I like more, I still like this guy more. So yeah, that is a height comparison between the two. And now we have a Mythic, not a Mythic Legion, a Marvel Legend this time, which, yeah, they still look cool together. This guy just looks much bigger than him. Like, even if I maybe put Hulk against this guy, he would still look bigger. he would just look just as big as Hulk. Not really. But Hulk would just look like a much taller average human than him. But yeah, here he is next to a Marvel Legend. I only have Carnage out right now. I don't have any more appropriate type of Marvel Legend to compare him to. So yeah, Red and Black theme. Nice. Now we are going to compare him to a McFarlane Toys. This one is the Batman Who Laughs. Let me just fix some stuff about him. Now this figure, I like him because he's really cool, but at the same time, he has a lot of issues, so there's already an issue he can't really stand. There, he is clearly much taller, but much skinnier and much smaller than the Mythic Legion. But hey, they still scale well. If this guy was just any more buffer, they would look so much better together. But yeah, there's the Batman Who Laughs. This is from the Robin and Jokers. This is from the set that has 3 Joker Robins. So yeah, I really like the figure, but the neck, it's so low. Like, make it higher, man. So yeah, then that's that. And we finally have this man over here. He's a little too big for the camera. Let me just either back out or just back out and adjust the camera to fit him better. There we go. This is the AVP Templar. Not Templar. Not Templar. This is the AVP. I forgot what they're called. The Temple Guardian. Temple Guardian. This is basically the AVP Temple Guardian with the unmasked Scarhead. Yes, really rare figure nowadays. It's impossible to find these that are under $100. They're always over 100, unless they're pre-owned and loose. Then they'd be a bit less than 100. But yeah, these guys are expensive nowadays. I was so lucky to get them cheap. Oh, anyway, these two probably scale the best. Aside from obviously the Mythic Legion, they're from the same line. They should scale perfectly. These two scale the best in my opinion. Predators versus Knights. Surprised they haven't made a movie about that, considering the very, very cool concept about that. Anyway, these two probably fit in the most. And yeah, even though this is a much sleeker design, this is much more of a really over designed a bit, if you get what I mean. Like, this is much cleaner, not really much, like, it looks very clean, looks very sleek, like, everything is just smooth. This guy, not so smooth. So yeah, but even despite those differences, these two still look the best together. Now let's get straight into articulation. For the head, he could look up perfectly fine, but that might result in the neck piece being a bit of a gap. He could look down about that much. He could tilt his head side to side, and he could rotate the entire way around. And like I said, this head loses a bit of that. He can't really look up and down, and he can't really tilt, but he could still look 360. And then now, as for the arm, let's just take this pauldron piece off, because I will admit it kind of hinders a bit of the articulation, at least for me. There, it can go up to a perfect T-pose. And then the elbows are sadly single jointed. They're just like that. And the wrists, yeah, they sadly don't move as much as well. They simply go twisty around like that, and they just go from side to side, kind of like this. Yeah, that's the only movement we get in the hands. Now, as for the stomach or the waist area, he could go down about that much, go back about that much. You could kind of, but you're gonna end up seeing a bit of the inside. You could go tilt side to side, and could practically rotate all around. Now, as for the legs, actually, let me just do something real quick. You could actually, Mythic Legions are very customizable. You could simply mix and match everything. Actually, I don't want to do it to this one. Let's just do it with this guy, because they basically have the same exact articulation. So it wouldn't be really much. And I've already kind of tore this dude apart before, so I could simply, let's just remove the head for now and just pop the stomach off like this. They're meant to be. Yeah, see, very much poppable. Let's move the legs like this. So this is technically still Sir Girard's articulation. It's the exact same. I was just too afraid to, kind of pop the joint on that one. I don't want to break it. He could completely go side to side kick. I do think that is hindered a bit though by this. So yeah, he'd go completely like that. He could kick completely forward as well. Completely back. Not really completely back, just like that. And the knees are single jointed knees, I think. Oh yeah, they have thigh swivel. They're single jointed knees and no calf joint. Okay, they do kind of have a knee swivel as well. And then as for legs, as for the feet, they go bend back about that much, bend forward about this much, and they have really good tilt and really good outward tilt. Inward and outward tilt. So yeah, let me just pop this guy back together. Oh god. There we go. Let's put him to the side for now. And so yeah, that is Sir Girard's articulation, even though I had to use another figure to demonstrate it. So, okay, as I'm putting this back together, my final thoughts are, it's a really good figure. Is it worth the price? At least the price I got this for was about the equivalent of about wait a minute, let me think. It was about $80. About 80 to 100, almost 100, actually almost $100. Yeah, this thing was almost $100+. Is it worth that price? I'd say kinda. Why do I say kinda? Because I found him for much cheaper on an online website. Oof. Really big oof. So yeah, but is he worth it? Yeah, I'd say if you can find him for much cheaper than $100, go buy him. He's an amazing figure. You'll have lots of fun. Limited accessories, but if you get more Mythic Legions, you could kind of mix and match. They're kind of meant to be customizable. I've seen a couple of videos of people literally kit bashing them. Like you saw me do a while ago, I was able to tear this dude literally right into two. I'm pretty sure you can do that with the arms as well. And yeah, I think you could just, these guys are just customizable a lot. They're very customizable. They're very fun to play with. So yeah, those are my final thoughts. Hope you enjoyed the review. Bye.